Welcome everyone to the fourth. As usual, we're going to start with last tribal. David, since you were the only member here that was at the last tribal council, how did the last tribal impact this round, do you think?
That's a pretty good question. I don't know if it impacted a lot, but I definitely got asked the question a lot about, the dynamics of what it was like pre-swap, and how that vote overall went. I think anyone would be curious about that, and that's a very valid question. So I think that might have been used, the knowledge that was gained from that, to maybe determine this vote. So that's all I got for that.
Okay. Lucy, you were in a tribe of 8, and now you are in a tribe of 5. How does that impact your gameplay?
There's nowhere to hide in a tribe of 5.
Should be a t-shirt.
There's nowhere to hide in a tribe of 5. How is it impacting my gameplay? Well, I guess it's just good to focus on relationships in case any like idol or advantage kind of thing could come into play. You definitely don't want to be the damage in one of the the collateral damage. That's the word I'm looking for.
All right. Brett, Lucy brought up idols and advantages and being collateral damage. Is that a fear of yours? Is that the talk that's going around the camp? Brett?
I haven't really talked to anybody about any. I mean, I don't have anything, so I mean, I've been looking, but like I haven't really talked to anybody about having any idols or any advantages as of right now. I don't know. I know that that when that board was gone, like my nights from staying up till 11, so I could have a nice, fun little puzzle at night before going to sleep. Now that's gone, so I'm a little upset about that. But other than that, like I said, I haven't really talked to anybody too much about that yet.
Okay. Aston, has talk come to you? Is anybody talking to you about idols or advantages?
There is some.
Hold on 1 second. Sean is calling me. So pause for. Sorry, it was a different Sean. I got confused. I thought there was a production emergency. Anyway, we'll edit that out in post. So Aston, has anybody come to you to talk about idols and advantages or anything like that, since that seems to be what this tribe was about so far?
Yes, there has been some talk, and it is a concern because you never know what's going to happen. It is a part of the game, and anything is absolutely possible.
Okay. So how did the tribe swap affect you, Brian?
It made it it's a very interesting situation because on the one hand we get to know somebody new, and David, we have the capacity to know somebody new, and we got to meet David. He's a lovely person, but like Lucy was saying earlier, very few numbers. There's only 5 of us. Very little wiggle room, very little room to hide. Like if your name gets out there, like it's very hard to get it off you in this small tribe, and it feels like we're playing the final 5 without actually being there, which sucks. And hopefully the 4 that remain tonight can win a challenge or 2 and not have to come back here until the next stage of the game.
David, you got to meet 4 new people. It would take a blind person to not recognize that there's 4 old members of Incendio with 1 member of Carval. How does that impact you and your gameplay?
I'm nervous as fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely. You know, that has been my worry this whole entire time. I'm just like, well, damn, you know, like I didn't get at least one other person. You know, but honestly, if we're thinking tribe lines, you know, it's like, yeah, it's 4-1. But if you're thinking of someone that, you know, you might trust or you might want to go to the end, then I hope that I have made that connection, that I have made that apparent. So yeah, I hope I, you know, did what I could.
Okay. Back to you, Lucy, when it comes to David saying that he's done what he's could and tribal lines being blurred and all of that. Where do you sit on this? What's going to come out of this tribal? What's the outcome of this tribal?
Are you sorry? Were you asking me?
Yes.
What is that? What outcome am I hoping for?
Yeah, like what's the aftermath of this tribal council?
Yeah, I'm hoping that this tribal will put me in a better position because you know you have to think long term, and it's tricky because people bond by going through hard things together, and so that's something that the four Incendio have that David does not share with us. We went to tribal together. We made hard choices together. We got through challenges together. David has that connection with Carval because, like I said, when you survive different things together, it bonds you, you know. So I'm hoping that the outcome of this tribal is that we have a stronger tribe, a loyal, like loyalty is like really, really big for me too, because it's one thing to have people that you really like, but it's another to have people that are gonna vote with you long term.
Where do you stand on loyalty, Brett? Is loyalty a theme for this tribal?
I believe it's a theme for every tribal. If you don't have loyalty, you don't have, you know, a safety net in this game right now. It's an individual game in some places, and it's a, you know, you can't get by. Have a good night. Sorry, guys. You know, it's just like you gotta have people to get further. You know, can't just do it by yourself. You know, you gotta be able to find trust, and roll with it. You know, sometimes it's with the people you've been working with, you know, the whole time and been in the same tribe. Sometimes it's, you got to look at it a different way, you know, and that's what my struggle's been all day. So like, I'm still up in the air right now. So, you know, loyalty is big to me. So yeah.
Is this what this vote is about for you, Aston? Loyalty and trust?
Absolutely. I try to play a loyal game to the best of my ability. When it gets further down in games, it's always harder to be loyal to everyone because there can only be one winner.
Okay. Brian, if there can only be one winner, is this decision tonight, is this a team decision or is it an individual decision?
For me, I think it has at this stage of the game, it has to be a team decision on the basis that we don't know when the next stage of the game, whether it be a swap or a merge, we don't know when it's going to be, and we have to make our tribe as strong as possible so we don't come back here and see you again, even though you're a lovely person, Sean and Jen are as well. We don't want to see you. We can stay at camp and just chill. We don't want to see you. Bottom line, period.
All right, with that, it is going to be time to vote. But before we go to vote, does anybody have anything they need to say?
I'll say something regardless of the outcome tonight. You know, it's been such a fun game, and it's been a pleasure getting to know all of you.
All right, then it is time to vote. Please go to your prod chats and recast your vote or affirm your vote. I'll be back after the votes are tallied. Okay, I have the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person with the most votes will be burned. If you are the one burned, you will have a moment to speak your piece, and then you must leave the pit immediately, along with your tribe chats. But before I read the votes, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage and you want to play it, now is the time to do so.
Hey, Topher,
Yes, Brian,
I'd like to play that lovely hat you have, please, on myself.
you would like to play this
Yes.
hat as an idol?
Yes, please.
I can confirm that this hat is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes for Brian tonight will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote, David. Aston. One vote, David. One vote, Aston. Aston. Fourth person voted out and burned at the pit. Aston. Aston, that's enough. Please speak your piece.
I had fun. You guys are pretty predictable.
Thank you, Aston. Please leave the pit.
I am.
Let this be a lesson. Sometimes you don't know what's going on, and sometimes you actually do.
Well said, sir.
I swear, recording.